In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do a love spell using strawberries. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another video. So we are having a strawberry full moon on June 24th, which is this Thursday. So this moon, if you want to know more about it, I have a video on my channel of a few things you should know to be ready for this moon. But this is a specific ritual or spell that you could do to sweeten up your life, sweeten up your love life, basically to sweeten everything up. You don't just have to do this on the strawberry full moon. You can do this anytime you need to, and you can do this specifically. Fridays would be really, really good because Fridays are governed by Venus, and that Venus energy is perfect to work with the colors that we work with, the ingredients that we work with, the energies that we're working with. It just corresponds and aligns very beautifully. So Fridays would be really good. Okay, so now we're going to head into the whole spell. What you're going to need is a strawberry, of course, a nice big strawberry that is very nicely shaped. The seeds are all nice and healthy. Because we are going to be shoving stuff in there. The next thing you're going to need is a pink candle. If you have a red one, that's fine, but pink is more, it's a little more gentle, romantic, sensual, just, it's very nice energy versus red that is so aggressive. You're gonna need a pen. This is a pen that I'm so obsessed with. This pen writes really good on bay leaves and everything. If you're interested, I'll link it down below. It's a Staples pen, but if you don't have that, you could get a Sharpie marker, any red or black colored writing utensil. Now, here I have a little saucer of 4 ingredients. Now, if you have these 4, perfect. If you don't have 1 or 2 or 3 of them, that's fine. If you have just 1 of these ingredients, perfect. If you have all of these, plus there is an ingredient, and there are steps that I take in this spell that I don't show anyone on camera. You know, that's sacred to me, but I will show you a few steps over on Patreon, because those are things I cannot talk about here on YouTube, some of the ingredients that I use. So if you're interested in that, then head over to Patreon. If you're interested in sweetening up your sex life, then head over to my OnlyFans, because on OnlyFans I actually uploaded a video sharing with you 3 sex herbs that are very, very, very strong. And on Patreon I also shared with you a few love herbs. So that's it for anybody that's interested in more information that I can't necessarily dive deeper into here on YouTube because of the ingredients and stuff. But anyways, so you're going to need cinnamon, sugar, brown sugar, and rose petals. If you have all 4, perfect. If you have just 1, perfect. If you have just 2, perfect. Anything you got, okay? You're going to need a knife because we're going to cut out a hole in the strawberry. You're also going to need some kind of a liquid. And here is where you can get creative to what resonates with you and what is more a part of your relationship most. So for me, I'm going to be using my reconciliation oil. I love this oil. What this is for is just to bring things together in harmony and peace. And so I think that would be the perfect oil to use for me in this spell. But if you want to use love oil, rose oil, olive oil, coconut oil, if you don't want to use oil, you could use red wine. Make sure that it's sweet. If you don't want to use red wine, you could use honey or molasses. You could use all of them together, or you could pick and choose which one, you know, resonates with you more. Okay, so another thing you're going to need is a little piece of brown paper. So here I have one that I ripped up. You want to rip it up on all 4 sides. You don't want sharp edges, you don't want sharp corners, and you want to rip it because you are kind of putting your own energy into it rather than having it machine cut, if that makes sense. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our pen and you are going to write. Okay, so if you're single and you are trying to sweeten up your love life, you're going to write your first name, middle name, last name. and your date of birth. If you want to, you can also put the Venus symbol. The Venus symbol looks like something like that. So if you wanted to, you could put that with your name over it or under it. But in this case, I want to show you how to sweeten up your love life also if you are in a relationship. So what you're going to do is you're going to write your partner's name and their date of birth. And then over top of that, you are going to write your name, full name, and your full date of birth as well, right over top of that. So what you're gonna do with this paper right here is you're going to anoint it with your oil. Okay, in this case, I'm using my reconciliation oil. You could get it on my shop. The bottle is blue because blue is the color for reconciliation, peace, bringing harmony back in, communication, opening up the roads to communication, all that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is dab the four corners of this. Four corners, why? North, east, west, south, and the middle for spirit. And we're also conjuring up the elements: fire, water, air. What's the other one? Fire, water, air, earth? Yes, earth. So that's why I like to do the four corners and one in the middle for spirit, or the energy that you're working with, whatever that may be, Santa, Muerte, Shiva, whatever you work with. Now, after you do this, you're gonna want to fold this paper towards you 3 times. 3, why? Because 3 is the number of creation. 1 + 2 = 3. And it's just the number that you would work with to create a new reality. So what you're gonna do is fold it inwards, once towards you. We're bringing the whole energy towards us. That's very powerful. Everything you want to do, you want to do it clockwise, because clockwise brings in. Okay, when you stir something, you stir it clockwise, you bring it in. When you're cooking, stir it clockwise and put a spell in it. Clockwise, flip over. That's the second fold that we did. Clockwise, flip over. That's the third fold that we did. 3 folds, okay? So we do that for a reason. Now, the next thing we're going to do is take our strawberry and we're going to make a hole right on the top, because we're going to be filling this strawberry up. So that's kind of how I'm going to be taking it out. And I'll just put that right in the center. We will move this so we can work on the strawberry. So here with the strawberry, what we're gonna do is take some of our sugar and sweeten. And remember, every time you put an ingredient in, you wanna tell that ingredient what it's doing. The sugar is sweetening up my love life. This brown sugar is sweetening up my love life extra. The rose petals are bringing unconditional love. And then cinnamon, I attract this so fast. And then you're going to stick your paper in there, okay, as far in as you can without piercing the bottom. And then you want to fill the rest of the top up with more herbs, sugar. And if you go on my OnlyFans and my Patreon, I show you more herbs you could use for sex, sweetening up sex life and sweetening up your love life. Like, what you're going to say to this strawberry, what you're going to affirm and tell it what it's going to do, is that every single seed in this strawberry is a seed that we are implanting today, right now. Strawberries seeds are on the outside and they can germinate without dirt. Strawberries are also governed by Venus. And it's a very feminine energy, and it's also really good for the sacral chakra, which is your sexual chakra. This is really good for artists if you are losing your inspiration. Do this to increase your inspiration and motivation, ideas. This is for love. This is for pushing through obstacles in love, to grow the romance in love, to sweeten love back up. Now, I do a few more steps off camera, and I'm gonna work this on my altar for 3 days. But I'll share a few other steps of mine that help amplify this and dominate your work over on Patreon, because it is something that I cannot dive into here on YouTube because it's an ingredient that I can't talk about on YouTube, and I wish I could. But if you're interested, go over there. That's what I wanted to let you guys know. And basically what you're gonna do next is you're going to take your pink candle. If this is a spell for just you to sweeten up your own love life, you're just gonna write your full name and date of birth. And then what you're going to do is cover that with oil. Now here I'm using the reconciliation oil, of course. You can use any oil that you have or that works for you. Love oil is really good, even olive oil. And what you're gonna do is, before you do this, you can write your name on it, target's name, just how I told you to do in the paper. You can also add some herbs, the sugar and all of that stuff that you had, you can just add that straight to your, the next thing that we're going to do is light this candle. And we're going to light this candle in a specific way. The first thing we're going to do is light it right here on the top. And the reason why is because we're going to seal this. Okay, make sure that you have all the ingredients that you want on here before you seal it. So if you are interested in the sex herbs and more love herbs, head over to Patreon and OnlyFans if you want those. But if you're done, if this is it, this is powerful enough as it is. You kind of just want to drip the wax over and kind of seal it just a bit. You don't have to seal the whole thing. It might take a while, but just kind of drip some wax over it. Heat it up. Okay, heat it up with that hot wax. Okay, you can cover the whole thing or you can't, or it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is kind of drip a little bit of wax right in front, because I'm going to stand this pink candle right in front. And this smells so good, you guys. It smells really good. It smells like perfume. I think it's a cinnamon and everything. Another thing you can do is you can actually keep the top of the strawberry right there, because strawberry leaves, the top of the strawberry, it does have some significance. It is the topper. It is like the sealing piece. So at the end of the spell, if you want to, you can seal that into the strawberry back up with the candle, with the wax. That's optional. That's if you want to really seal this spell up. Now, when the candle is burning, what I want you guys to do is speak over it. Now I want you guys to watch the candle move as I speak. You see breath. Breath has so much power that it can move the flame. My breath has vibration. See? So every word that I speak, it's a vibration that is going to go and hit that flame. And that flame is charging up and heating up my spell. So speak to it. Okay, there's no judgment here. You're speaking to your deities, the universe, your higher self for what you want. You want to sweeten up your love life? Then sweeten up your love life. Say everything you want and need to sweeten that up. Speak it. Let the candle burn down. Do not leave the candle unattended, because there are fruits there, herbs there, and all of that stuff. Okay, so after this is done, what are you going to do to dispose? So what you're going to do is bury this under a tree in your backyard, because you want this to be inside of the roots of something. Backyard, front yard, a park, somewhere where nobody could like really dig it up, just, and if you cannot bury it somewhere, do not bury it in a potted plant, because that's not permanent. You want something in the ground, in the earth. If you cannot bury it because maybe you have animals that will dig it up, or maybe you have a partner or whatever that may see it, whatever, then I want you to put this in a bag, close it up, tie it up, seal it, tell it your spell is done and you're disposing of the remains, and throw it away. So those are two options that you can dispose of these remains of your spell. So basically this is it. This is what you're going to be doing. Another thing that you can actually do if you are interested is mix the rest of your herbs, because I do have a lot here, and just sprinkle that all over. Cover those seeds, because these are seeds that you are germinating in the spiritual world, right? So you just cover your seeds up. Like, get real creative and use your spell as if it's yours. Like, this is how I would do mine. Messy or not, aesthetically pleasing or not, it makes me feel good. If it makes you feel good, your spell is done. So that is going to be the Strawberry Love spell for this full moon that we're having on the 24th in Capricorn. But you can do this spell anytime you need it. Anytime you need it. Specifically, Fridays would be perfect. Fridays would amplify it because Fridays are the day of Venus. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I want to give you one last tip before we go. If you want to enhance your spell, go ahead and throw some glitter right over top of it. Glitter helps to attract. Glitter is like the stars. It glistens. And when something glistens, what happens? It captivates people's attention, spirits' attentions, right? So that's what we're doing with glitter. We're captivating that. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want more bonus content from me, make sure you check out my OnlyFans and my Patreon, because there's a lot more information there on top of the information that I gave you here. So I will talk to you real soon. Bye.